G'day, welcome to 5 Minutes at 5 with Gavin. Well, how are you coping with everything? There's been a few changes, a few more restrictions, a few less restrictions. It's a bit of an unknown state at the moment, and this waiting has got me thinking about what's going on. One of the ways that I'm doing to cope with the whole thing is streaming far too much. I'm watching Netflix and Facebook and all of that sort of stuff, YouTube. Last night we kicked off watching Lego Masters with the family. And it's truly amazing what those guys and girls can create out of just Lego. It's quite mind-blowing for me anyway. It's got me thinking about us as Christians as well, because we live in a danger that we look forward to this hope of God's kingdom coming in all its fullness. And in previous videos I talked about that we live in this now, not yet, but we hope for it when it's in all its fullness. And we can kind of get stuck just waiting. Well, if you read 1 Peter and 2 Peter, you see that there was this community of believers who were really wrestling, and it was during a time of persecution and struggle, and it was death, and there was a lot of drama going on, and I mean serious drama. They were really hoping that God would come in all His glory, Jesus would reign on the throne in all His fullness, and all the bad stuff that was happening would be dealt with, be resolved. That's what they really wanted. But Peter challenged them and said, no, hang on. You have an important role here and now. And he says that we are a priesthood of believers. What does a priest do? A priest is a person that goes between God and the person. So he intervenes for the two. He calls us a priesthood. He actually calls us a stone connected to the cornerstone. And a cornerstone is a structure within a stone building, an important one. It holds the integrity of the building. And he says that we are like that. And although that we're being persecuted and we're struggling, he's talking to the people in the letter of 1 Peter who were being persecuted. He says, although you're being persecuted, so was Jesus, so was the cornerstone. So don't think yourself too special. You're just like the cornerstone. But this cornerstone who is Jesus, and us who are stones, so imagine yourself being a stone, actually make a building. A temple, a place where people can meet God, and God meet with humanity. We are a representative of what God is doing on earth. That's really special. That's why we say that the church isn't the building, the church is the people. The people is what is important. Because as we go out and we do what we do, as we go to the shops or pick up our mail, whatever it is, we are representing this structure, this cornerstone who is Jesus. It's really important. In the previous video I talked about grafting. So now we have these two images, but we're grafted to the tree that gives us our life and our strength. And now we're also this building, which has a purpose, a really important purpose, is to be what Paul calls an ambassador. And an ambassador is a representative from another country, isn't it? So if you have the ambassador of the US here in Australia, that person's representing the United States here in Australia. And he calls us ambassadors. So in Peter he says that we're a stone, we make up his structure, but Paul says that we're also ambassadors. And as we go out, we represent this kingdom. We represent the kingdom of God. And the reason why we represent this kingdom is because God is doing this ministry of reconciliation. He wants to restore humanity and the world back to Him. And we are a part of that. We're invited into that. I love that we're part of this very special relationship with God. But it's not just selfish. It's not about me just getting to go away somewhere, go to heaven and be all dealt with. He invites us now. I guess the real challenge is, how do we do that when we're at home in restricted situations? Well, I'm going to leave it up to you to think about. What does it mean to be a stone, part of the temple? A bit like those Lego Masters, building this beautiful construction. You're a part of that. What does it mean to be an ambassador? What does it mean not to be waiting, but to be active now, here, right now, where you live? Well, I hope that's helpful. I look forward to seeing you soon. Okay, bye.